Today, I wanted to share a few good examples of successes I've had with my health coaching clients over the past few months. Now, as a family medicine physician turned health coach, I do a lot of direct one-on-one coaching with clients, and we usually zoom out to try to figure out what it is that they're dealing with. In one particular case, I have a client who's dealing with really bad brain fog, just not able to function the way he should, running a very high-level company with fierce competition. And on the other hand, I have another gentleman who has a pretty normal job, rather sedentary, not very brain intensive, but he is exhausted all day. So we got brain fog and we got exhaustion. This C-level executive who has to function, has to be able to use his brain throughout the day, he wasn't doing a lot of things wrong. I would say his diet was pretty good. He was active. But what was happening over time is he was gaining a little bit of visceral fat, and he believed that he should be adding a lot more protein to his diet. So this excess protein, the protein supplements, the excess meat he was taking in, unfortunately was making him gain more weight, specifically visceral fat, which was interfering with his sleep. So one of the things we did is we switched him up a little bit. We still added some good lean proteins. We got rid of the protein supplement. He was still lifting weights, but we added in more aerobic training, and we had him get a little bit more sleep at night. These two changes, just these two things alone, started getting rid of some of his visceral fat. His sleep actually got better, probably because of it, and he started just having more energy throughout the day. So a very small change for him made a huge difference. Now, of course, I had the luxury of taking a look at some of his labs. And so from that, and with the help of his own physician, we knew that he probably was having a little bit too much visceral fat. He was retaining some fat around his liver. His blood sugar was actually creeping up. So it wasn't difficult to know what he had to do, but I had to work with him very closely to get these things done. So aerobic work and a change in diet, and doing that on a consistent enough basis gave him the exact results that he wanted. He is now able to function neurocognitively in a way that he needs to be able to be competitive and feel good about his business. The other gentleman, he always had a pretty high meat diet, but he also took in a lot of vegetables. So I wasn't too worried about his meat intake, and I was happy about his vegetable intake. But the problem was, in between these diets, he would eat really well for a few days, and then he'd go multiple days having a ton of refined carbs. Of course, with refined carbs, I'm talking about white rice, potato chips, and he was having like pizza or pizza dough, and that was sending his blood sugar through the roof. Now, we weren't able to see that initially on his blood test, but we got an oral glucose tolerance test, which is basically you drink something with a lot of glucose, and then we test you at 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and 2 hours, and his blood sugar was all over the place. So we knew that he was metabolically unhealthy. So we started dialing back on the refined carbs. I actually wanted him to focus a little bit more on his nutrition plan, specifically getting more vegetables, more legumes, more lean protein in his diet. And that helped quite a bit. So overall, some of his gut issues started resolving, which he didn't think he had. He had some hemorrhoids, he had some constipation, he would go every 2 days. But specifically, his energy was much more stable. He didn't need energy drinks anymore. He didn't need a big shot of caffeine. His energy was steady throughout the day. So when he got home at night, he was able to do something he didn't do for a long time, which is start playing the piano. Before, when he finished work, he had nothing else to give. Now, he actually had more time, more energy to do the things that he wanted. So I wanted to share these two stories with you guys because I think it's a great example of how health coaching can have a big impact on somebody's life. So if you're looking for a health coach, a family medicine physician turned health coach, my name is Dr. Ashori, and there's information in the description or in the bio if you want to work with me one-on-one and truly experience a transformation of how you feel on a day-to-day basis.